infinite human beings. You're all that is, ever has been, and ever shall be. I'm Elizabeth Monroy. I'm the author of The Infinite Human, and it just got translated into Italian. I'm so happy. I'm kind of seeing what these people think of it. So if you know anyone that speaks only Italian, recommend it to them. It's on Amazon.it, which is Amazon Italy, and my website www.infinitehuman.com. And I'm going to say something in Italian adesso. Adesso questo libro, il mio L'umano infinito, è tradotto veramente in italiano. Sono contentissimo che potete dare queste parole di verità a voi per capire bene quello che è successo qui in Italia in questi 2 anni di inverno. So, ciao ciao. And tonight I want to just take a quick minute to talk in English to what I see happening, especially in America, where I'm from, and in the whole planet. I see people being herded into a false ascension matrix. I see good-meaning people who are very spiritual, who have been seeking and waiting for this moment in time and history for a long time, but I see them being scammed. And if you don't think that's true, let's just look at everything that's happened, especially in America, because Americans are very have been the test subjects. And if you look at the 60s, I write about it in my book The Infinite Human, how it was completely scammed into, it was a brilliant awakening of a unity consciousness, of peace, of love, of moving out of the war mentality, the warmonger mentality, and it was co-opted into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. And then I was just thinking today about the whole women's movement, the women, you know, waking up and standing up for their rights to be, not equal even. And it was co-opted into things like Virginia Slims, I love it. You got your own cigarette now, baby. And Angele, bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan and never ever let him forget you're a man or whatever. And this is what the media does, especially, or now we have the alternate media that everyone thinks is the media, but they've just gone from the media to the alternate media. And what it does is it takes the truth and inverts it. And I have on my book, The Infinite Human, a guide for awakening infinite humans, which is my name. I've got that name. But I also added star seeds, twin souls, and the 5D co-creators of the 5D Earth. And those words are being co-opted. So I wanted to use those words so that when you read the book, you can get the true vibrational frequency encoding for these energies, because they're energies, okay? They're not words. Words are taken by the media, by the CIA, okay, and co-opted like conspiracy theorists, people who simply questioned how, you know, JFK could have been assassinated and then his assassin assassinated. I mean, you know, they just said, what's going on? And that was where that word was created and encapsulated and put out there. So stay attentive. Have attention, okay? Pay attention, thank you. The 2 languages. Okay, now, let me just tell you really basic truths, okay? Because the problem is this ascension movement, especially with a lot of the young, high vibe star seeds from, you know, other dimensions, other constellations, they're getting, you know, kind of cut off at the knees, because a lot of this very powerful information that they're downloading and they're bringing forth is not being grounded in the physical, okay? It needs to be grounded in the physical, into your life, all right? Into your life. Let's take something like the solar Christ female and the lunar harness. So that's all, you know, it sounds great that we're freeing ourselves of that, but we have to bring it down inside our bodies, spiritual bodies, mental bodies, emotional bodies, and physical bodies. And that means the same old codependent behavior of women looking to men to fulfill them, which has been the ancestral miasma on this planet since the beginning of recorded history. We need to correct that, and that needs to start first inside of you, yes, you. So you have to start realizing that you are doing that because you've been mind controlled to look for your fulfillment. So the key to not being scammed into a false ascension matrix is inside you. All right, these are ancient principles that all the ancient sage gurus, the really wise men and women, especially men because they were the only ones recorded, Lao's the way of the Tao, you know, the whole Para-Yogananda lineage there, and Christ, of course. They all said things like Christ said, the kingdom of heaven is within. All these gurus and sages of India, for example, always taught meditation first. Meditation, tuning inward. And I know it doesn't sound exciting, it sounds even boring because it does require discipline from your brain, because your brain has been mind controlled to always seek information out. You've been taught since you were little, you know nothing, everyone else knows something. So you've looked to a parent, you've looked to a doctor to tell you about your own body, you've looked to the government to tell you if you can breathe or, you know, what you can do, what's legal, what's not legal. You've looked to the church to define God for you. We have that in our minds, and it's just a really bad habit. Even though some of us that are seeing the truth within the lies now, we have to change that, discipline it, because every time you're looking outside of you for the next president, the next disclosure, and the next event, you are setting yourself up to be scammed in the next scandemic. And I bring this up because now I feel it, I see it on the horizons, this whole event. A lot of people are waiting for the event. They're waiting for something to happen. Something's got to happen. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And they're just looking around, waiting, looking at the skies. And you know what? It is going to happen because, one, you want it to happen because you don't want to do the inner work to change yourself. Kiki's getting bored, I'll have to go. And, which is this inner work. And also because, you know, you want someone to do it for you. That's the whole thing that we're changing, not being a victim anymore, not taking responsibility for our own lives instead of putting responsibilities on a savior, on a messiah, on an event, on a solar flash, whatever. So we are going to see it, and we are now surrounded by SpaceX in the skies everywhere, and we will be seeing in your holo theater, vision theater near you, in the skies everywhere, we're going to see all kinds of shows, and I've already put it out like in my book. We're going to see the second coming of Christ. We're going to see the Galactic Federation to save the day. We're going to see the bad aliens being taken out, like Independence Day. I mean, we're going to see all kinds of interesting stuff. So if you like popcorn, hey, butter it up, because that's what's going to happen, all right? But please know it's just a show. It's to distract you from the truth, which is inside yourself. And when you can really start to ascend the levels through meditation, through discipline, through time, learning how to tell the sounds around you, for example, hearing violins, hearing the wind, hearing your inner sounds, they can guide you. You will reach the frequency of truth, because truth is a frequency. That's what Ascension is about, ascending the levels to the truth frequency, and you will know, you will just know. And you will know that you know that you know. I can't explain it, but you just have to know, all right? And that's where the gold is, inside. And when you do that, you will have visions, and you will have abilities, and you will begin to remember all your past lives, or what I call alternate identities, because you will start to heal from the MK Ultra mind control that has fragmented your soul. So pay attention, because when you start having those abilities, when you start just knowing, when you start having deep meditation, when you start having vivid dreams, when you start having perhaps lucid dreams, when you start taking control of your life, when you start shifting your karma, when you start stepping out of your mind control and breaking the mold that you've been raised in, then that is the true Ascension Matrix. When you're looking for the next, you know, breaking news, the less disclosure tidbit, the next great, you know, even book, okay? My book is all about leading you back into the divine infinite source within you and giving you disclosure, but it has to resonate. So if you're doing that, you're in a false Ascension Matrix. It's not out there, it's in here. Ciao for now. And please join my Infinite Human family at www.infinitehuman.com. And if it resonates, get my book, Infinite Human. It's everywhere. Ciao.